everybody, and welcome back to Beers with Barry. Sorry about the delay in getting episode 3 out. We had some technical difficulties last week. Namely, that was me getting a little too drunk before we started filming, and I came home from the dry dock and I passed out on my couch before my video guy got here. He did show up and managed to film a couple minutes of material, but it was just me passed out on the couch snoring with my dog. Maybe we'll include that in a future episode and let you see, me at my worst or my best or whatever. It was me being me, I guess. Anyway, this week, talk a little bit about a couple things. I want to try to keep it a little lighter and not be too heavy on the serious aspects of stuff. I mean, the election season's upon us, so there's going to be a lot of political talk because I just can't help myself. But I'll give you all a break from that for the start and just talk about something a little more lighthearted, and that would be some of my pet peeves when it comes to driving. Not only my own driving, but what other people do when they drive. Because I consider myself a pretty good driver. I've been driving since I was 16. I passed my road test on the first try. Unlike my son who took 3 tries. But he'll have that. But anyway, other than a couple minor fender benders that will happen with any new driver, backing up in a parking lot and tapping someone's car. Other than that, I've been pretty much incident free, except for the one time when I was a little bit drunk, I'll say, just a little, and driving home with a buddy of mine, and we saw a girl on the side of the road. Her car seemed to be broke down. Well, my buddy drove me back to my grandmother's house where I was living at the time, and wanted to drop me off. He probably shouldn't have been driving either, and I had a pretty good buzz on. No way I should have been driving. But of course, alcohol makes you think differently and drops your inhibitions. And I thought, well, hey, if we can go back and help that girl with her car, maybe I'll get laid. Seemed like a great idea at the time. So, yeah, I walked into my grandmother's house. I reached into her coat pocket and took her keys. Decided I was going to take her car back up to where that girl was broke down and try to help her in the hopes I'd get lucky. Well, my buddy tried to talk me out of it, and I wouldn't have anything to do with it. My mind was set. I said, I'm going. And he's like, no, I'm not going to let you go. I'm not going with you. And I said, fair enough. I'll go by myself. And I proceeded to go to the car, and he changed his mind, and said, well, I'm not going to let you go alone. I guess he was trying to look out for my best interest. And, which if he really was, he would have tackled me on the sidewalk and taken the keys away from me. But anyway, we got in my grandmother's car, and we drove back up to where this girl had been with her broken down car. Lo and behold, she wasn't there anymore. So, I wasn't going to get laid that night, but not the first time. Sure won't be the last time. Then I decided, we'll have a little joyride on the way back home. So, I started flying down the Tom Miller Road. People from around here would be familiar where that is. Anyone watching that's not from the area I live in would have no clue what I'm talking about. But anyway, I'm flying down the Tom Miller Road in this, like, I think it was a 1985 maybe, little Cutlass Sierra Oldsmobile, total grandma car, 4-cylinder. And I decide, let's see how fast this fucking thing can go. So I put my foot to the floor and we just zoom, start flying. We get going, it's 45 miles an hour, 55, slows down to a 45 mile an hour zone. We get near the mall. You know, it was after midnight, so the lights were blinking yellow instead of going through the red, yellow, green. And we just fly through these things. And I'm looking down. I'm so busy worrying about how fast I'm going and wanting to impress my buddy that I'm looking at the speedometer. It only went up to 85, but I was beyond 85, and the needle was getting down into like the odometer, into the tenths of a mile, into the miles, and almost into the tens of miles. So I had to estimate, shit, I was probably doing at least 100 miles an hour. I don't know. Shit was just flying by like this, and it was crazy. And of course I was pumped, and I'm screaming to my buddy, look, check it out! It's pegged, it's pegged! Of course, I didn't pay enough attention to see that the overpass that goes over the interstate was coming up and hangs to the right a little bit. And when I'm busy staring, pointing at the speedometer, telling my buddy I've got this car pegged, he screams, look out, and reaches over to grab the wheel. Too little, too late. We hit those fucking guardrails 100 miles an hour. Orange sparks shooting up over the car, going crazy, dragging down them. I don't know if anyone's familiar with the movie Running Scared with Billy Crystal and Gregory Hines, but watch them take the tricked out taxi cab through the subway tunnel where they're dragging the walls and sparks are shooting out. It's exactly like that. And of course, I yanked the wheel over, get us off the guardrails, and I shoot across and hit the guardrails on the other side of the road. Same damn thing. Orange sparks shooting over the car. Total chaos. Lucky to be here today. My buddy and I probably both should have died that night, but apparently someone was watching over us. And when the car came to a rest in the middle of the street, we were kind of just like, what the fuck just happened? And of course, I calmed down right away and said, don't worry about it. I can fix it. My dad has an awesome set of tools. And I turned the key and the car started back up and we drove on. About another mile down the road, I tried to take a corner. The car quit and stalled. And we got out and took a look at it, and it was unbelievable. Both sides of the car were chewed up. Both front tires were flat. It's amazing that I can even talk about it, and I can only laugh about it now because I survived. And it was a horrible thing that I did to my poor grandmother, who's always been so great to me. And I carry a lot of guilt to this day because of that. But luckily for me, I was her firstborn grandchild, and she loves me unconditionally, and she forgave me, and she blamed it all on my friend. Even though it wasn't his fault, it was totally my fault. Yes, I was an asshole. I stole my grandmother's car and totally wrecked it, pissed drunk as fuck. My bad. I'm sorry, Graham. So anyway, that's my bad driving experience that I did. But I see it every day from other people. There are so many fucking idiots on the road I can't even begin. I almost got sideswiped on the way home from Albany on Friday. Some idiot pulled right in front of me, and if it wasn't for my, quick reflexes, because I was sober, because that's the only way I drive now, I avoided the wreck and made it home safely. But I was that close to having the whole driver's side of my car smashed the fuck in by some retard that wasn't paying attention. And I watch these people. I mean, driving's not that hard, unless you're wasted. Then it can be a little bit of a challenge. But like I said, I don't do that anymore. So when I'm sober and I'm driving, I love to drive. I like to drive fast. I'm in the left-hand lane. It's hammered down. I want to get from point A to point B as quick as possible. I've got a few speeding tickets to prove it. Goddamn police won't leave me alone. I mean, I guess I bring it on myself, but I wasn't going that much faster than anyone else right next to me. But my thing when it comes to driving is I like to go fast. So I stay in the left-hand lane, which is the passing lane and the speed lane, and I hammer down doing 75, 80 miles an hour most of the time. What drives me crazy is when I get some asshole in front of me in the passing lane barely doing 65. What the fuck are you doing? Please pull over and let me go by. When I'm on your ass, and you can see me in your rearview mirror, why do you continue to stay there? Or these other idiots that swerve in and out from lane to lane, driving through everybody. They're just waiting to cause an accident. If you're going to drive fast, stay in the left lane, drive fast. If you're going to drive slow or mediocre, stay in the right lane and do your goddamn thing. And then there's the cell phone issue. I don't fuck around. I don't talk on my phone when I'm driving. I'm busy paying attention to the road. If somebody calls my phone or sends me a text, yeah, I'll admit, I might pick it up and glance at it real quick to see who called or who texted, but then I put the phone back down. I don't call them back or try texting. I'll talk to them when I stop, But I get behind these assholes that are on their phones steady. I drove back from New York City one day, and this lady in front of me was doing the same exact speed as the person in the slow lane, about 67 miles an hour, yapping her fucking ass off on her cell phone, side by side, blocking the whole fucking interstate. All I wanted to do was get by her. She had no idea about her surroundings, yapping on her phone. I swear to God, I followed her for about 15 goddamn miles like that. And I mean, it's talking on a phone, even if you have a Bluetooth or a hands-free thing, there's enough things to do when you're driving that you need to pay attention for. You see it every day. People are dying. People die in stupid accidents, talking on their phone or texting on their phone. Hang the fucking thing up and drive. Nothing is that goddamn important that absolute minute. And it's not just young kids. I go around, I see older people in their 50s, 60s, yapping on their phone while they drive. And I assume it's because they think, well, I'm older and I'm mature. I'm not some young kid. And I've been driving for years, so I can handle this. It's not the act of holding a phone in your hand. It's getting deep into the conversation and talking to the person on the phone and trying to pay attention to them and think about what you're saying that takes your mind off the road and leads to accidents. Now they got signs up on the highway. God knows how much money New York State has spent for all these signs about tech stop 5 miles. It used to just say rest area 5 miles. Now they had to change all the signs out to say tech stop. You know, what's that costing the taxpayers? You know, I mean, pull over. Shut the fuck up, hang up your phone, drive. Talk to the people when you get there. You know, and then when you come through construction zones, people are coming up. I drive through a couple on the way home every week, and a couple on the way down to work every week. 45-mile-an-hour speed zone, signs that tell you, right lane closed, 4 miles ahead. Well, when I see that, you know what I do? I get in the left lane immediately, if I'm not already there, and I stay there. You just get these assholes that stay in the fucking right lane all the way to the very end until the orange barrels are pushing them over. It's like, can't you read? You know the goddamn lane's closed ahead. Why the fuck do you stay in it? I mean, it's common sense. I just don't understand something that should be that simple. 45-mile-an-hour work zone speed limit. I slow down to 45, and I got these assholes passing me at 65. Where the fuck are the cops when this is going on? Because I know if I was doing 65, the fucking lights would be on behind me and I'd be getting a ticket. You know, I've never gotten one in the work zone, thank God. Because speeding tickets in the work zone are double. And I tell you what, speaking from experience, speeding tickets in a regular zone are way too fucking expensive. $250 a pop. In a work zone, that turns into $500. That's insane. That's the state just raping you for your money. I mean, God forbid someone that works minimum wage gets a speeding ticket in a work zone. That's 2 fucking paychecks out of the month gone. How are they supposed to pay rent or put food in their cupboards? Just insane. And I worked at a car wash for 8 years and saw some of the most stupid people you could ever imagine. You know, I mean, it's not too hard to run your car through a car wash. You pull in, the attendant brings you in, tells you, oh, turn the wheel that way, turn the wheel that way to get you lined up to get you in the track. Well, I don't know how many times when I pointed that way, the idiot behind the wheel turned the wheel that way. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You see what direction my finger's going? And then once you pull up, there's a sign right there. Put your car in neutral, take your foot off the brake, hands off the steering wheel. It's 3 pretty simple instructions that anyone should be able to take care of. And I don't know how many times people left their car in park or kept their foot on the brake, or once the roller started pushing them through the car wash, they started steering and jumping over the track. It's like, well, did you see the fucking track taking a right hand turn? Why the fuck are you turning your wheel? I remember one time, this one has to be the best of all. I mean, I have to laugh that people can be this stupid. This lady pulled in. I'm not quite sure if she had her car in park or her foot on the brake or both. But as we hit the button to bring the rollers up to send her on through, her car didn't move and the rollers just kept going under her tires. And her car started bouncing, the back end bounced up. And she looked at us like, what was that? Oh my God. And we're yelling at her. You know, her windows are rolled up, it's loud, so we're yelling. You know, foot off the brake, car in neutral. Hit the button again, another roller comes out. Goes under her back tire. Then the rollers get to her front tire. We keep pushing the button, just sending more rollers up, figuring she'll get it sooner or later. But oh no, not this lady. We got so many goddamn rollers going, they're going under her front and back tire. Her fucking car's rocking like a boat on the high seas. She finally rolls down her window and is like, what's going on? And we tell her, put your car in neutral. And this is the best I've ever heard. She looks at us and says, I don't think this car has a neutral. the fuck did this lady ever get her license? Are you kidding me? And then there was another incident where an old man in a big old Cadillac, like 84 years old, came in, never put his car in neutral, still had it in drive. We pushed up the roller to send him through. Well, he took his foot off the brake. Car started rolling, but it was going fast because he had it in drive. And he got distracted, got confused, wanted to step on the brake. Well, he stepped on the gas. He punched her right to the floor. This full-size Cadillac sedan shot through the car wash at like 40 miles an hour, ripped some shit down. He shot right out the exit, across the street, down someone's driveway, ran over their Bilko doors coming out the side of their house, and didn't stop until he crashed into the fucking train tracks. I think that's the last time he ever drove. At least I hope so. But anyway, I'm just saying, you know, driving is a privilege, not a right. You need to do it the right way. So come on, people. Pay the fuck attention. Don't be an asshole on the road. Put your cell phones down. No talking. No texting. Read the fucking signs. When the sign says lane closed, get over, move the fuck over. It's not that hard. And if everyone could do that, we'd all be a lot safer. You know. So that's my rant on driving. We'll leave it at that. My 17-year-old daughter got a road test scheduled in October. I think she's ready for it. Hopefully she'll pass on the first try like I did. And hopefully she'll be as good of a driver as I am. And also hopefully she'll never steal anyone's car and wreck it drunk, because that's not the right thing to do. Beyond that, okay, I don't know. What do we go on next? Let me think here. I say we take a break for a drink, because drinks are important. It is called Beers and Berry, by the way. So it would be wrong of me not to drink. And by the way, my videographer was trying to give me a note, but I can't read it because he's writing in pen and it's too small. I'm going to have to get him a big fat tip Sharpie so I can see that. But that'll be for next episode. We're looking for continuous improvement here, people. So I offer all feedback and all comments, positive or negative, because we just want this to go well and get better. And I'm not going to lie. I might not like all the negative comments. I might have to say, go fuck yourself. But I'm trying to say that less, because some of the feedback I received said stop dropping so many F-bombs. It is what it is. That's how I talk, and I'll try to tone it down a bit, and I'll do my best. And if you don't like it, bang! We'll see what happens. But hey, Dookie, this is my dog Duke, everybody. Friendliest pit bull. See how alcohol makes your tongue fat, makes it hard to talk? Friendliest pit bull in the whole damn world, right, Dookie? And that's another reason that I've chosen to do Beers with Barry, is alcohol is one of the greatest truth serums you can find. People will tell you things that they normally wouldn't say. So it loosens me up a little bit, and I try to tell it like I see it. Not everyone's going to agree with how I see it, but again, we all have our own opinions, I don't expect everyone to agree with me. Hell, half the time, most people probably don't agree with me, but I can live with that. But, opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one. So, feel free to express yours. That's what the First Amendment's all about. You can say whatever the fuck you want. People don't have to like it. And if they don't like it, don't want to listen to it, turn the fucking channel. Tune the fuck out. I don't care. So, be a little better, not just beers with berry. We're not going to go into shots of berry this week like we did in episode 1, but I want to reach out to our, I don't even know if I have any, probably not, but in case there's any British counterparts watching out there, I was thinking maybe, tea with berry. Everybody likes a good tea time, including golfers, which I am a shitty golfer, but, so I'll put the beer down for a second and I will indulge in a little tea. Of course, it's not going to be fucking sissy tea that people drink. It's going to be a hard tea. And we have this little contraption on here that my son owns. It's made by a company called Head Rush. It's called a beer bottle bong. I'm sure you've all seen funnels before. They help you drink faster. That way there's no air or glug in the bottle. Well, instead of having to carry around a 2-quart funnel and a 3-foot piece of hose, this thing simply is a 4-inch, 5-inch, I don't know. I usually tell girls that's 12 inches. Because, whatever. This little straw lets the air in the bottle and lets you drink faster with no glug, because who doesn't want to drink faster? That's what it's all about, right? I mean, unless you're, got a nice sipping whiskey, then you want to take your time. But I'm trying to keep these episodes shorter now, so we don't have time to sip around here. It's chug or nothing. So let's see how fast I can do this. I mean, I've been timed before. I think it's maybe around 3.5 seconds. If any of you got stopwatches, give her a try and put it in the comments. Tell me what I got. So here we go. Little twisted tea, teas with berry. Deep breath. 1, 2, 3.